Hello everybody, welcome back to In the Kitchen with Chef Lemaire. I'm your host for today, Chef Lemaire, aka Alain Lemaire. Today, I'm going to take you guys on a little trip to what I call barbecue. But it really was inspired by the 4th of July weekend. But it's not your traditional barbecue. If you come closer, I'm going to show you the ingredients that I've been working with today. Got some beautiful leg quarters. We have some fresh plum tomatoes, some avocado hass, some yellow Spanish onions. We have our seasoning, or pretty much our coating for the chicken. And over here, we have kale and sweet potatoes. So, first thing we're going to do is heat up our pan. And we're going to start working on the chicken and continue on. First thing we're doing, we have our pan getting hot. We put some extra virgin olive oil in the pan. And now our seasoning is pretty simple. It's Dijon mustard, cracked peppercorns, fresh rosemary, and fresh thyme. We're going to coat the outsides of the chicken quarters, and we're going to sear them fast in the pan. The seasoning doesn't have any salt in it. Normally what you do is have it marinating overnight or even probably an hour and a half before you start doing it. Then you add your salt at the end, because when you add salt and you leave it in your meat overnight, it draws the blood. But today we're going to do it pretty simple. No marinating overnight. We're going to coat our chicken with our marinade. Nice on the outside. Make sure it is nice on the outside. So now, pan is hot, so we're going to add our chicken skin down. Do you hear that noise? The sizzling noise? That's a beautiful noise. You never want to start on a cold pan, because what you're pretty much doing is boiling the meat instead of really searing it. So you want to start in a boiled pan, on a hot pan, and your meat can sizzle. So, while this is cooking, we're going to start working on our second stage, which is pretty much, we're going to do a kale with sweet potatoes, tomatoes, onions, and avocado salad. Oh, did I tell you guys that today we're using rum in our cooking? Yes, we're going to use rum to glaze our chicken and also in our salad. Now, while your chicken is cooking, you can start working on your salad. So we have some kale that we have chopped. We're going to add just a little bit of extra virgin olive oil just so we can coat it. Some salt and pepper. We're going to toss it. So what we're going to do with the kale, actually, we're going to make chips out of it. We're going to put it in a baking pan and put it in the oven for, I would say, 2, 3, or maybe 5 minutes. But you don't want to cook them too much, because they go pretty much fast. So, you have your kale going on in the oven while your chicken is cooking. So, now, the other phase, we're going to start roasting these sweet potatoes. These sweet potatoes have been blanched. So, chicken is cooking, kale chips are working on, so we're going to jump into the other phase of our salad. Right now, we had a pot that was heating up. Just a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. We're going to start with some chopped garlic. We're going to add our diced onion. And we're going to cook it down until it becomes translucent. put your onions with your garlic together in the pot. And just so you know, the leg and the thigh of the chicken is the pieces that takes the longest time to cook. So you never want to rush cooking your chicken legs and thighs because it might turn out to be a little on the rare inside, and you don't want to eat rare or undercooked chicken. You know, you can tell we got that nice crispy brown color on the outside. It's starting to form in the chicken, and we're gonna, once we turn the other pieces around, we're gonna glaze it out with the rum. So your onions are cooking with the garlic, and if you come look closer, you can see how the onions are starting to be a little bit translucent. So once it's perfect, you're gonna be able to kind of see through it, and that's what we're looking for. So what is our next step? We're going to add the tomatoes. So we add these fresh Roma tomatoes that we had chopped earlier, and we're going to cook it together with the onion for about 2 to 3 more minutes. So kale is baking. Your mixture of tomatoes, onions, and garlic is just about right. The chicken is roasting in the pan. So now we're going to keep going with this. We're going to add our sweet potatoes. So we added the sweet potatoes to this mixture, and we're going to fold it in. Now, like I said earlier, those sweet potatoes were blanched prior. You know, we cooked them so they can get fork tender, and we stop the cooking process pretty much, put it in a sheet wrap and put it in the fridge so it can cool off real quick. So just to make sure, we'll keep going with it. So we're gonna add a little bit of brown sugar, salt and pepper, and some lemon zest. So fold all these beautiful ingredients together. And our main ingredient, which is rum. I would say about 1/4 of a cup. Fold it in. And we're actually going to take this mixture, put it in a baking pan, and finish it in the oven. And I'll be right back. Sweet potatoes, tomato, onion, and all this other beautiful ingredients that we added to it earlier are right now roasting in the oven. Kale is out, nice and crispy, really well seasoned. Chicken is reaching that point that we're about to glaze it with some rum. We're going to let it cook down a little bit and top it off with some red pepper flakes. So this beautiful mixture right now that we have, we're going to put it in the oven and bake it for, I would say, about 45 minutes or until the inside temperature reaches 165 degrees. Our chicken was roasting as well as our sweet potato mixture. So we take out the mixture, and to recap a little bit, what did we have in that mixture? We had sweet potatoes, onions, tomatoes, lemon zest, garlic, salt, pepper, some sugar, and of course rum. So we're gonna take this mixture and go ahead and add it with the kale that we had previously roasted. So mix it all. We're gonna mix it all in. And this will be pretty much your bed for your chicken. So the chicken, we had leg quarters that we had pretty much covered the outside part with a mixture of Dijon mustard, fresh rosemary, thyme, salt, pepper, garlic, and we sprinkled some red pepper flakes on top, and we deglazed it with some rum. So pretty much our meal is done. This is something really simple and very, very delicious and very healthy for the family. And if you'd ask me, this would be in the category of paleo diet. So I hope you guys go and try this recipe. There's a lot of different variations to these that we will along the way show you guys. Thank you for being in the kitchen again with Chef Lemaire. I am your host, Chef Lemaire, aka Alain Lemaire. Looking forward to having you again in my kitchen. Until then.